Today we're going to give you guys a way to help calm your anxiety, a way to help you calm down if you're in a panic, a way to help you to even relieve some stress. We're going to teach you how to get in tune with your body's natural rhythm. So that sound that you hear right now is the sound of the metronome. The metronome is a device that's used to keep the beat or tempo for music when you're playing an instrument. So if you touch your chest like this, you feel the vibration more. You're off. There you go. So the sound of the metronome goes 60 beats per minute. That's the same thing as what a normal heart rate will do. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're frantic or in a panic, or you feel your heartbeat increasing, remember the sound of how a metronome sounds. The 60 beats per minute. And then pat your chest around your heart area. Because then that will naturally tune you into focusing on the sound that your heart should be, and get yourself breathing and your heart back in unison to the beat or the frequency that's more calm. Okay? So, all right. So your normal heartbeat sounds just like that metronome. But then when I get mad because something just happened and you guys are all doing what you're not supposed to do, you kind of jumped, right? What is happening with your heart? Touch it. Okay. Your heart's going fast and made you jump, and it caused a panic. And that's what normally happens when we get stressed out. Somebody yells. We're around people who yell all the time. That's what normally happens when we're getting in trouble. That's what happens when you're startled. That's what happens when you hear a loud noise. That's just what happens when you generally respond to stress. Your heart rate increases. That's one of the first signs that stress is affecting you. Okay? And so when you find yourself in that situation, and some people also suffer with anxiety or panic attacks, things like that, and one of the first things that they notice is that their heart rate increases rapidly. So when you get yourself in that kind of situation, a good way to calm down, to get yourself where now you're in control and you're not so riled up, your heart can calm down, your breathing can calm down, you can think more clearly, is for you to start patting your chest to the beat of the metronome. Okay? Is anybody even listening to me? So you guys did that again. So how do you calm yourself down? What do you notice is happening with your heart?
It's slowing down. It's slowing down.
Mm-hmm. And how are you feeling?
Good. Still a little shocked.
Okay, so you keep patting. You're not even patting. You must pat your heart, not your hand. And so right now, Afro Mike was just patting his hand. The reason why we pat our hearts is the same reason how it works when we have a string and we're connecting cans to a string so we can hear each other from further distances. That string acts as a conductor that can make that sound wave travel directly from the item that's producing the sound to our hearing, to our ears. Okay? And so when we're patting our chest directly, we are making our heart feel the vibration that we want it to feel. Not the vibration that it was just taking into. Because our hearts don't operate well for our body or our minds when they're beating too fast. Our hearts don't operate well for our body or our mind when they are out of control. That's why people have heart attacks, strokes. That's why people can get stressed out. High blood pressure. Because your heart is working too hard. And if you find yourself in a situation where it's hard for you to even stay on beat. You're always off beat. You're always going too fast or always going too slow. That says something about your regular heart rate. And so we have a student here who's always really fast. Her heart rate is kind of going fast a lot of times. So that means that you're basically in a more frantic state where your heart isn't necessarily calm. That might be your calm now because your body has gotten adjusted to living like that. But it's not the calm that's necessary for you to have a happy, healthy state of life. If you're too stressed out or you're dealing with too much noise or people yelling at you or you're dealing with just too much stress in general, your heart rate's going to go out of control. And that's going to put you in a frantic. You won't know how to control your emotions. You won't know how to deal with a lot of things that come directly to you. So to get yourself back on track, anytime you want to feel calm, anytime you want to feel relaxed, simply pat on your chest to the beat. What's your question?
Like my godbrother, he just...
So we're done with the question because the question was not relevant to what we're talking about. And so another thing is that when you see Tarzan, what does Tarzan do to his chest? Anybody know? Anybody can stand up and show me what Tarzan does? All right, stand up and do that. Everybody, stand up and do that. And say that noise nice and loud. Do it like you're Tarzan. Who's Tarzan? Who's Tarzan? All right, now touch your heart. How did it feel?
Beating pretty shallow. It's beating good. To me,
It's going really fast, right? Because that is also sending some waves to your heart. And it's telling it to have adrenaline. It's telling it to get ready to react. So it's pumping you up to do something. So when Tarzan does that, or a warrior does that, somebody does it, it's pumping them up. They're getting amped up to do what it is that they're trying to do. So they're trying to kick speed themselves. They're trying to give themselves that super boost. What do they do in Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z when they're charging up? You know that Kamehameha? What is it? Kamehameha. So how do they say it? Act like you're saying it.
Kamehameha. This is how you say it slow. Kamehameha.
All right. So when they're doing that, they're charging themselves up the same way as when you're punching on your chest. So a lot of times, if you guys want to get yourself a kickstart to charge up to do what you're going to do, some people may do push-ups right before they do something great to get themselves ready, to get their heart rate pumping. And you can also pump your chest, beat your chest. That's an adrenaline rush. So that's a way to not be calm. That's a way to get yourself hyped up. If you want to get calm again, you can simply pat your chest back to the same beat as the metronome. Okay? So right now, I want you all to get charged up. Get charged up. And you have to make the sound because the more vibration that goes to your heart, the better to make it go faster. Go. No, you must beat your chest. And how do you feel? How do you feel? Ready to go, right? Now I want you to pat your chest to the metronome. Good. It went off, but that is a sound. So remember that sound because even if it's not around you, that's the same sound.
What's wrong?
That one's a little bit faster. All right? All right, Mr. Z. Say goodnight.
Good night. Nice.